press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, welcome back to the classroom. Today I am going to start with the summary of the chapter body movements. See, movement is nothing but the changing position of the body or any parts of the body is called as movements. Many organisms we shows the movement in different ways, and these movements we will consider to be a live. See, if the person or the living organism shows movement, then it will consider to be a living, and if the movement will be not takes place, means it is considered to be a dead, and it is one of the important sign of the living organisms, that is movement. Sometimes while writing also we will move our hand and our head portion we will move, and like that different, even though we are blinking the eyes whenever we look into the screen or any things, if we look means we will blinking our eyes in many times in a day. Like that it is one of the important sign of the living organisms. And also the living as well as the non-living things can be categorized based on the movement. See, if the living organism shows the movement, means it is alive or living nature, and if the living organisms or if the things which doesn't have any movements, means it is considered to be dead. But the living things can be categorized into non-living things on the basis of movements, means living organism shows the movement, so it is considered to be a living things, whereas the things which doesn't have any movements, it is considered to be the non-living things, even though the non-living things also shows the movement in some times. Means if the external energy or the external force is supplied to non-living things, that then it will start moving. For example, if we switch on the fan, then it will rotate its blade, indicates that movement will be takes place only with the help of external source or the external energy, then only non-living things can be moved. And like that many more examples will be there. If the car is also moving, means it shows that if the fuel is supplied to car, then it will move from one place to another place. Like that external source or the external energy is supplied to non-living things, then it will also move from one place to another place. So this is how the movements will be takes place in living things as well as the non-living things. Next we shall move on to the joints. See, joints are those places where two or more bones comes and meet at a particular place is called as joints. See, joints are categorized into different types, in which first one is the immovable joints, movable joints and the slightly movable joints. And these can be again, the movable joints can be again classified into three different types, that is pivot joint, ball and socket joint and a hinge joint. See, like that joints can be categorized into three different types. One is the immovable, that is fixed in nature, and name only indicates that it is fixed at all and it doesn't show any movement. And next one is the slightly movable, using the usually the gliding joints are present here, and the movable joints, it freely move the bones, and such a type of joints are called as movable joints. And the next one is the pivot joints. Movable joints can again classified into three different types. One is the pivot joint, ball and socket joint and the hinge joints. So this is all about the classification of the joints. Next we will learn one by one, in which first one is the immovable joints. See, immovable joints, name only indicates that it doesn't allow any movements of the bone, and such a type of joints are called as immovable joints. Usually these joints are present in the skull region and upper jaw, usually such type of joints are present. And next one is the slightly movable joints. See, slightly movable joints, it allows the movement only partial way, and usually these type of joints are present at the wrist region as well as the backbone region. These type of joints are present. And see, movable joints, it is fixed, it doesn't allow any movements, and such a type of joints are called as immovable joints. Usually the bones of the skull and the upper jaw consists of a immovable joints. Slightly movable joints having the Partial movement will be takes place. Usually the backbone as well as the wrist bones contains these type of joints. Next one is the movable joints. See, movable joints can be classified into three types. One is the ball and socket joints, pivot joint and the hinge joint. See, ball and socket joints usually present in the shoulder region, and pivot joint is present in the elbow and knee region it is present, and the hinge joints is present in the knee region. So this is all about the movable joint. It allows the movement of the bones. So that's why it is called as movable joints. And these can be categorized into three different types: ball and socket joints, pivot joint, as well as the hinge joint. Next we shall move on to the pivot joints. See, pivot joints were having the joints, these joints which allows the movement of sidewise direction, that is left and right and forward as well as the backward movement will be takes place, and such a type of joints are called as pivot joint. And these the joints which is connected to the shoulder region, to the neck, to the skull, these type of joints are present. It is attached to that portion. Next one is the ball and socket joint. Here there is a cavity is present, and in this cavity a hollow bone comes and contact and fixes it completely, so that it will form a ball and a socket. Socket is nothing but the cavity, and see, look at the diagram here. It will allows the movement in complete one circle. We can easily make one big circle in the air by moving our hand. And usually ball and socket joints are present in the shoulder region as well as the hip region. Next one is the hinge joints. See, hinge joints, it acts like a hinges of the door, and these type of joints are present. It will allows the movement forward as well as the backward movement in only one direction. For example, see, when you close the door and when you open the door, you see the movement of the door, it will move in only one direction, either it is forward direction or it is a backward direction. In the same way, in our body also, hinge joints are present which allows the movement in only one direction, either it is a forward direction or the forward direction or the back direction. Forward as well as the backward direction, these joints will be moved, and the bones will move. In particular, these joints are called as hinge joints, and these joints usually present in the knee region as well as the elbow region. Next one is the skeletal system. The system made up of a bone as well as the cartilage is called as skeletal system. In our body, around 206 bones are present, and these bones are made up of a calcium, phosphorus, and some amount of proteins is also present. And see, this is all about the skeletal system, and which extend from the top of the head to the tip of the toe. These bones are present, and usually the bones will be very heavy in nature, so that's why we can't fly in the air due to the heavy bones. And we will discuss in the next slide about the movement, how the living organisms, that is how the different animals move with the help of different organs. Like that, the skeletal system is classified into two different types. One is the exoskeleton and another one is the endoskeleton. Those organisms with having the body, these skeletal system present outside the body are called as exoskeleton, and those organisms, the skeletal system present inside the body, are called as endoskeleton. Example for the exoskeleton are snail and cockroach. These are the example for the exoskeleton, and even the crab also. Usually the skeletal system present outside the body of the organisms. And see, in the, for example, in the snail, the outer covering of the body of the snail is having the hard shell, and this shell is nothing but the skeleton. Usually these skeleton will be present outside the body, and so that it is also called as exoskeleton. And example for the endoskeletons are cat, dog, and even the human beings also exoskeleton organisms. Since the skeletal system present inside our body, and so that it is called as endoskeleton. And see, this is all about the skeletal system. Usually the skeletal system is made up of a bone as well as the cartilage, and bone is very hard in structure, and whereas the cartilage is a soft tissue, and the bone is made up of usually calcium, phosphorus, and even the proteins is also present. And so that doctor and usually elders suggest the patient, suggest the people as well as the, see, doctor usually suggests the patient to use or to eat carbon calcium rich food and phosphorus rich food, so that it will helpful for bone to make strong. And usually elders also in our home suggest that to eat a good food like which is rich in the calcium rich food, which helps our bone to become a strong one. And see, this is all about the skeletal system. Next one is the, these skeletal system can be classified into different types. One by one we will discuss, in which first one is the skull. See, skull is the hard bony structure, and usually 22 pairs of bones are present. Out of these 22 pairs, 8 bones are present in the head region, and which helps to protect the internal organ like the brain. And out of 14 bones are present in the face region, which helps to cover the face portion. And see, this is all about the skull. 8 bones are protected by the internal organ like brain. Next one is the vertebral column. See, vertebral column is also called as the spine or the backbone. We commonly called as backbone. Usually the backbones consists of irregular, 33 pairs of irregular bones will be present, and these bones which extend from the back of the backbone to the front of the chest bone, it is present. And these extend from the back of the, extend at the back of the backbone, and just in the front bone these extend. And see, usually the bones of these backbones are having irregular in shape, and it will protect the protect the internal organ like heart, lungs, kidney, and stomach region. Soft internal organ will be, it will protect. So this is this vertebral column also shows the functions, that is, it will helpful for the upright position. We will stand with the help of backbone in a upright way, upright position. It will helpful for helps for the spinal cord, and it will allows the movement in bending position. We will move. And see, this is all about the functions of the spinal backbone, where it will allows the movement in sometimes it will allows the movement like if we bend means with the help of backbone we will bend, and at some extent we will move our body. And it helpful for stand in a upright position, upright way we can stand with the help of backbone. And if we doesn't have any backbone means we can slide in the ground, like a snake and different animals which slide the ground. Like that, with the help of backbone we will stand in a upright position. And see, this is all about the vertebral column. Next one is the rib cage. See, usually you know the word cage. Cage means it is nothing but usually the cage consists of a birds, which helps to protect these birds, and acts as a protection. Like that, in our body also, rib cage, a type of a bones which protects the internal soft organs like heart, lungs, it will protect. 33 pairs of 12 pairs of bones are present, and such a type of bones are called as ribs. And these bones are protected by the internal organs like lungs as well as the heart. And see, this is all about the rib cage. Next one is the girdles. See, girdles, the body of a human being consists of two types of girdles. One is the pectoral girdle and another one is the pelvic girdle. See, pectoral girdle usually present in the shoulder region, which attach to the collarbone as and helpful for the arm to move, and it will act as a protection. Usually the girdles will attach to the backbone, and it helps for the limbs portion. And see, pectoral girdle is usually present in the shoulder region, which helps to protect the arms and collar bones. It will protect. Next one is the pelvic girdle. See, pelvic girdle usually or the hip region it is present, which attached to the spinal cord, that is backbone it is attached, and also it is attached to the limbs. And see, girdle is nothing but a bone which is attached to the backbone to the limbs. It will help to attach. And next one is the movement in the animal. See, movement in the animals, we already learnt about the movement. What is the movement means? Movement is nothing but the changing position of the body or any parts of the body of an organism is called as movement. And these movement in animals is also called as gait of the animals. See, gait means the manner of the movement is called as gait. And see, different animals shows the different organs. By the different organs they will move from one place to another place, and like that different organs which helps for movement, in which first example is the earthworm. See, earthworm, it will move from one place to another place, where expansion as well as the contraction process of the body, it will help to move one place to another place. The body of the earthworm having the many rings, and these rings which extend from throughout the body, which end to end portion these rings are present. It doesn't have any legs as well as the bones, and instead of these things, the body of a earthworm is made up of a muscles. With the help of muscles, they will move from one place to another place. And one of the interesting characteristic of this earthworm is it releases or it secretes a slimy substance which helps for movement and also for the protection purpose. And next one is the same. How it will move means, first it will fixes the ground in a one position, that is at the front end it will fixes the ground, and later release the rear end, that is the ending portion of the body it will released, and then shorten its body, and again it will fixes the ground, and thereby it pushes the forward, and like that it will move from one place to another place by sliding the ground. So this is how the movements in the earthworm membrane takes place, and it is also called as farmer's friend because it will makes the fertility of the soil by inject the materials like soil and throw, and thereby it will exhale the undigested food, and thereby it will maintain the fertility of the soil. And see, this is all about the locomotion in earthworm. Next one is the movement in animals. Sorry. Next one is the locomotion in snail. See, snail also move one place to another place by having the hard shell. See, the body of the snail is covered with the shell, that is exoskeletal body it is present, and thereby the hard bony structure is present, and this is nothing but the shell, and it is covered with the hard shell. And the body of the snail is consists of a three parts. One is the head portion, which is smooth in structure, and foot is present at the base of the head, and hard structure is present at the on the top of the body. And see, this is all about the structure of the snail. It will extend and shorten its body to move one place to another place. See, as I told you, in the earthworm it secretes the slimy substance. Here also the snail is also release the slimy substance so that it will move from one place to another place with the help of these slimy substance. and even though it will move from one place to another place in the soil very fast, where if we put in the blotting paper, it feels very difficult for the movement, since it doesn't maintain a grip, so that it's very difficult for the snail to move in the blotting paper. So this is all about the movement in the snail. Next we shall move on to the locomotion in cockroach. See, locomotion in cockroach, sometimes the cockroach fly in nature, and sometimes it will walk, and sometimes it will move one place to another place. And this cockroach having the three jointed pairs of legs are present, which is attached to the breast portion, and these can be helpful for, these legs will helpful for movement. By walking it will move one place to another place. Sometimes it will fly in the air, and like that at up to some extent it will fly in the air. And see, this is all about the movement in the cockroach. And usually the cockroach having the exoskeleton, that is the skeletal system is present outside the body, and so that it is also called as exoskeletal organisms. And next one is the, see, this is all about the cockroach, locomotion in cockroach. Next one is the locomotion in birds. Usually the birds is having the locomotion. Sometimes birds can walk, and sometimes it will walk with the help of legs, and it spend the more time in the air through the wings. And here two pairs of wings are present and two pairs of legs are present. Sometimes it walk on the ground and fly in the air also. And here in the birds, pneumatic bones are present. See, pneumatic bones is nothing but air filled bones, and those bones are having the weightless, and so that with the help of these bones they will fly easily in the air. And see, this is all about the movement, locomotion in the birds. It will transfer one place to another place. See, many organisms will transfer one place to another place, and many having the many reasons, like for breeding purpose also, for good climatic condition or the favorable climatic condition, in search of food, and like that there are many purposes will be there, many reasons will be there. Thereby the living organisms move from one place to another place. Usually the birds will move one place to another place for the laying eggs, for good climatic condition or the favorable climatic condition. In search of food also, it will move from one place to another place. So this is all about the locomotion in birds. Next one is the locomotion in fishes. See, locomotion is nothing but those organisms which shows the locomotion. It will move their body from one place to another place, and this termed as a locomotion. And organisms show different locomotory organs, like in the snail with the help of skin, like in the earthworm with the help of skin it will move from one place to another place. By extend and contraction movement in the body, it will help to move one place to another place. And like that, snails also move one place to another place by releasing the slimy substance, and thereby it will drag the hard shell and pulls the ground, and like that it will move one place to another place. And also the different structure, locomotory structure in birds also, there are wings also there, and even the legs also present, and based on the situation it will fly and walk. And like that, locomotory structure in the fishes also, the fins and the tails are present, and the fins is classified into two types, pelvic fin and the pectoral fins also present, and the tail is present, and see, caudal fin eye is also present. And these locomotory structure which having the different functions, and tails is helpful to maintain a good balance in the water, which helps to movement in the water, and different blades are present in the, scales are present in the fishes. On the body surface of the fishes, scales are present, which helps to protect the body against the water, and fins are present to maintain a good balance in the water, and it shows the direction in a correct way. and like that there are different locomotory structure are present in different animals. And see, in the fishes there is a curved movement will be present. See, curved movement is nothing but it will move in a curved way, and so that the tail pointing jerks and makes it jerks, and the tail is pushes forward to make a good balance and move forward in a correct direction. So this is all about the locomotion in fishes, and next one is the locomotion in snake. See, in the locomotion, snakes also move from one place to another place by having the loops. It will create the loop so that it will move forward direction, and which helps to move in a one place to another place. And see, if the loop is present, it these loops will push us forward and sliding on the ground. And see, this is all about the locomotion in snake. So from today's class, in summary class, we will learn about the gait of the animals, where gait is nothing but the manner of the movement is called as gait, and different animals shows the different movements, and having the different locomotory organs also. And based on these locomotory organs, the organisms move one place to another place in search of food, in search of favorable climatic conditions, and for breeding purpose and for food purpose also, they will move from one place to another place. Like human beings will move from one place to another place with the help of legs, and like that different organisms will having the different locomotory organs. And we also learned in today's class about the skeletal system. See, skeletal system, the bones is made up of the framework of the body is called as skeletal system, and usually the skeletal system is classified into two different types. One is the exoskeleton, another one is the endoskeleton. Exoskeleton, the organisms which shows the endoskeleton, uh, like cat and dog are showing the endoskeleton, where the skeleton is present inside the body, and such a type of skeleton system is called as endoskeleton. And those organisms having the skeletal system outside the body, and such a type of organisms are called as exoskeleton. Example for those animals are snail, cockroach, etc. And even the crab also shows the exoskeleton. The body is made up of a exoskeleton. And see, this is all about the skeletal system. And usually body is made up of the bones is made up of a calcium, phosphorus, and some amount of proteins is also present. And next we will learn about the joints. See, joints is nothing but where the two bones meet at a place is called as joints. And these joints can be classified into many types, in which first one is the immovable joints, also called as fibrous joints, or the it is not move at all, and these type of joints are called as fibrous joint, and that is immovable joints usually present in the upper jaw. And next one is the slightly movable joints. Usually these type of joints which movement will be takes place, where the movement of the bone will be takes place at partial way. That is these type of joints are present in the backbone region and the wrist region. And next one is the movable joints. See, movable joints, as the name only indicates, it allows the movement freely, it will move. The bones of these joints are freely to move, and such a type of joints are called as movable joints. And these can be again classified into three different points, three different types, that is the ball and socket, pivot joint, and also hinge joint. See, ball and socket joints usually present in the shoulder region as well as the hip region, and pivot joints usually present at the neck portion, and which connects the head portion and the neck region. It is usually present. And next one is the hinge joint. Hinge joint is it acts like a hinges of the door. It shows direction in only one direction. That is, if we consider a door, then it shows the direction in only one way. That is, either we have to shut the door or we have to open the door. And like that, in our body also, these type of joints are present. Usually in the elbow region and knee region, these joints are present. It shows the only one direction, that is forward as well as the backward direction. So this is all about the summary class. So next we will meet in the next class. Stay home, stay safe and keep learning. Thank you.